Hi everyone, good morning. As much as I have been anxious to get back on the road and wasn't planning to be here, at this time, I am really thankful that I am here. Last night, I got a call from Dalynn. We were supposed to go to the grocery, so that my phone rang at like 4:45. I figured it was her firming up, going to the store, calling me on her way home from work. But I answered the phone and she was crying and she had gotten in a car accident. Just got a call. Dalynn got in a car accident. She's very upset. As a father, answer the phone and my daughter is crying hysterically. She's never been in an accident before. She said her car is like totaled. She's, she was just leaving work. So I'm gonna drive over there to pick her up. She said she's not hurt. She said her hand hurts, but it doesn't seem bad. So I feel so bad for her. I just said, as long as you're not hurt, and the car, she's got full insurance and all that, everything will be taken care of. I don't want her worrying about that, but I know that's like what she kept saying, is that her car is all messed up, and I feel so bad for her. I'm gonna have to get her a rental car. I feel so bad. It's her first time being in an accident, and any accident, poor thing. There it is. Poor thing. I feel so bad for her. My partner's going to out with I brought Lefty for you. I'm pretty sure her car is totaled. So I got in the car and drove over there. She was, 15 minutes away. And the sheriffs came, and actually 4 cars were involved. I guess someone pulled out, which caused the line of traffic to short stop. And this is a road it's like a 2-lane both directions, very busy. I think the speed limit's 45 and people do 55, 60 on it. It's a heavy commute route from the city, from downtown area all the way out into the suburbs, and that's where she works, out there. And that road at rush hours is very, very busy. So she's coming home from work at 4:30, and the area where it happened, that road right there, it's shuffling down from 2 lanes each direction down to 1 lane each direction. It's wedging down. A side street comes out. I guess someone pulled out of that side street and everybody had to stop, and she couldn't stop in time, so she hit the minivan in front of her, that hit a pickup truck, that hit a small sedan 4-door car. And so the front end of her car, her airbag deployed. The front of her car is just crumpled all up, and her car is 6 years old. It's a 2016 Mazda. And so I'm pretty certain that the insurance company is going to total it. But she was so upset. You know, she's never been in an accident. Anyone gets in an accident, it can be really upsetting. And she was, I'm really glad that I was there to answer the phone, to go and meet her. She was so, you know, I told her on the phone, I said, "Huh, you know, are you hurt?" And she said that her hand hurts. And then she's, you know, telling me her car it's all messed up, and she's crying so hard. And I said, "Sweetheart, don't worry about the car. Did anyone else get hurt?" And she said, "No." I said, "Don't worry about the car. That's the last thing we're gonna worry about." So I drove over there and got her. You know, it's a no-fault accident, so the police, they just basically collected everyone's information and they printed out an exchange of information form, which is everyone's name and addresses and insurance companies for the 4 vehicles that were involved. And then everybody got a copy of that with that number, that report number. You know, so no liability or fault kind of thing. It's got full coverage and all that stuff. So she's, you know, I don't really care about the car. I just cared that she was okay. So I drove her. Her hand, she showed me, it's her right hand, and I'm wondering if it was on the steering wheel and got crumpled up. And I took her to urgent care right from the accident. They did x-rays. They said there's no cracks or fractures. It's just a muscle tear, like right in the thumb muscle, like the top of her thumb, between her thumb and forefinger was swelling up. And so they wrapped it for her, and then I got her on home, and I feel so bad for her, and just, you know, just kept reiterating to her that the car is, I said, well, you didn't like that car anyway, so now you're going to get something different, that's for sure. So I told, you know, we're just waiting for the insurance company to go over and do their assessment of it, the appraisal, but I'm sure it's going to be totaled, which is too bad. It's a nice little car, had like 65,000 miles on it. She said, and I just filled the gas tank, which, you know, these days is pretty substantial hit, you know. So, you know what, now that I think of it, I'm going to go hand her. Her boss gave her the day off from work today, which I'm really glad to hear. You know, I had guys that would have things like this happen. Like one guy got in an accident on the way to work one time and called me to say he was going to have to get picked up by someone to get a ride in. And I said, why don't you just go take the day and just to let them unwind. You know, accidents are pretty stressful. I've never had an airbag deploy accident in my life, so she's got me beat there. But I'm really, you know, I was, like I said earlier, I was not planning to be here, and I'm so glad that I was, to field that phone call from her and be able to run over there and give her a hug and let her cry on my shoulder, and telling her, you know, after the initial shock wears off, I told her it's just gonna end up being like a big inconvenience. You know, the car, you got to get a different car, and you know, it's upset your schedule. It's just gonna end up, in summary, to be a big inconvenience. You'll see. And so I want to minimize the severity of the accident itself for her, because accidents are just that. They're accidents. It's not planned. Nobody wants it to happen. It's just something that happens. Just not good timing with what happened with Dalynn. Just not good timing. So everybody wish Dalynn well. You know, I said last night after I dropped her off and I was getting ready to leave, I said, just be tough, sugar. You know, just be tough and you'll be through it. And she I think she's going to be just fine. You know, I've always tried to raise her to be tough and handle adverse situations, so I think she's going to be just fine. She's a tough girl. As much as that upset her yesterday, I think she's going to be fine now. So everybody wish her luck. And if you have any suggestions for what would be a great car for her to get, you know, it's going to be like a crossover SUV-ish with all-wheel drive because of the snow that we have here in the winter. So throw your suggestions down in the comments. Let's see what she ends up with. Everybody take care, be safe. We'll see y'all again really soon. Hey, slow down there, buddy. Come on, let's go. Ah, it's a nice day. 44 degrees when we walked out the door, but it's supposed to get up near 60 today, and then tomorrow it says 62. I'll take that. 62 and sunny. I'll take that. Woo! Whoa! Let me fix it. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Go. Okay. Ooh, check this out. That's a big one. Yeah! That's a big one. That's a big army copter, buddy.